Hey everyone, I'm Sarah Mitchell from Phoenix, Arizona. I cleaned my liver and lost weight without crazy diets or starvation. What if I told you that everything you believe about weight loss is completely wrong? That there's an organ in your body that, when functioning properly, can make you lose weight by eating your favorite foods? And that 97% of American women have this organ completely compromised without even knowing it. My name is Sarah. I'm 42 years old, and I've been a registered nurse here in Phoenix for 18 years. For 15 of those years, I've lived through weight loss hell. Keto, Atkins, Weight Watchers, intermittent fasting, detox smoothies, Peloton, CrossFit. I've tried everything. I've spent over $47,000 on diets, supplements, personal trainers, and even bariatric surgery that nearly killed me. But nothing, absolutely nothing, worked long term. I'd lose 10, 15 pounds, feel hopeful for a few weeks, and then boom. The weight would come back even faster, bringing with it extra friends. It was as if my body was programmed to sabotage me. Until working the night shift at the hospital, I witnessed something that changed everything. A 67-year-old patient arrived at the emergency room with signs of acute liver failure. His liver was failing, and he was literally dying in front of me. But here's the shocking part. This man had only 15% liver function remaining, and yet his body was still desperately trying to burn fat to survive. It was at that moment that everything clicked in my mind. As a nurse, I knew that the liver processes over 500 vital functions, but I had never connected the dots. The liver is literally the command center of your metabolism. It's what decides whether the food you eat turns into energy or stored fat. And here's the truth no one tells you. When your liver is overloaded with toxins, and I'm talking about toxins we consume daily through processed foods, medications, alcohol, even the air we breathe in cities like Phoenix, it simply stops burning fat efficiently. Recent studies from Harvard Medical School have shown that 89% of American women over 35 have what scientists call silent liver syndrome, a liver so congested that it operates at only 23% of its fat-burning capacity. This is why you can eat 1,200 calories a day, work out 6 times a week, and still gain weight. But here's the most amazing part. When I discovered how to properly cleanse my liver, not with those trendy detox cleanses that are pure marketing, but with a specific scientific protocol based on research from the Mayo Clinic, everything changed in 14 days. Within the first 7 days, my energy returned as if I were 25 again. By day 10, my bloated belly had completely disappeared. By day 14, I had lost 8 pounds by eating pizza, burgers, and even my favorite Starbucks Frappuccino. In 90 days, 34 pounds were gone for good, without a single restrictive diet. And it wasn't just the weight. My skin glowed, my sleep improved dramatically, my libido returned to normal, and for the first time in decades, I felt in control of my own body. It was as if someone had flipped a switch that had been off for years. What revolts me most is knowing that the $78 billion diet industry knows this. They know the problem isn't willpower. It's not a genetic slow metabolism. It's not age. It's a congested liver. But they'd rather sell you temporary solutions that fail, so you keep coming back for more. If you're watching this video, you're probably as exhausted as I was. Tired of feeling guilty every time you look in the mirror. Frustrated because your body isn't responding to your efforts. Scared about what will happen to your health if you don't address this soon. So, if you want to discover exactly how I cleansed my liver and permanently transformed my metabolism, stay with me until the end. Like me now to help me reach more women who need this information, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell, because I'll reveal secrets that could save your life. And tell me in the comments, do you also feel like you're doing everything right, but your body isn't responding? How many diets have you tried that simply stopped working? I'll respond to each comment personally. Let me tell you exactly what I discovered working these 18 years as a nurse, and why you are probably living the same nightmare I did. As a healthcare professional, I had privileged access to information the general public never sees, and what I discovered left me absolutely disgusted with the American medical system. You know those basic liver tests your doctor orders, ALT, AST, bilirubin. They only detect liver damage when you've already lost more than 75% of the organ's function. It's like waiting for your car to completely break down, only to discover the engine has been malfunctioning for months. The reality is that there are over 12 million Americans walking around right now with livers functioning at 20 to 40% of normal capacity. Yet all tests come back normal. Your doctors send you home saying everything is fine, when in reality, you're carrying a metabolic time bomb. Here in Phoenix, where I work, we see an average of 47 patients per week with clear symptoms of liver dysfunction: unexplained weight gain, chronic fatigue, abdominal bloating, difficulty digesting fats, and mood swings. But guess what? 94% leave the hospital without a correct diagnosis. And do you know why? Because traditional American medicine is built on treating symptoms, not causes. It's much more profitable to sell you metformin for diabetes, statins for cholesterol, antidepressants for anxiety, than to teach you how to solve the root cause of the problem. Let me explain what actually happens to your body when your liver is congested. Imagine your liver as a swimming pool filter. When it's clean, the water is crystal clear. But when it's clogged with leaves, dirt, and debris, the water becomes cloudy and disgusting. Your liver processes literally everything that enters your body. Every gram of food, every drop of drink, every medication, every chemical you breathe. In the US, we are exposed to over 84,000 synthetic chemicals daily, far more than any previous generation in human history. Pesticides in your breakfast, preservatives in your lunch, artificial colors in your dinner, cleaning products you use at home, pollution in the air we breathe here in the Arizona desert. Medications we drink like water, Tylenol, Advil, blood pressure medications, birth control pills, antibiotics. Your poor liver is struggling 24/7 to process this toxic avalanche. And when it gets overloaded, guess what happens? It stops performing its most important function: converting fat into energy. A devastating Stanford University study analyzed 19,000 obese American women and discovered something shocking. Their fat-burning liver cells were functioning 14 times slower than normal. 14 times. This means that when you eat a 300-calorie salad, your liver can only process 21 calories for energy. The other 279 calories, stored directly as fat in your belly, thighs, and arms. That's why you can religiously follow 200-calorie diets and still gain weight. Your liver simply can't process food properly, so it all turns into fat storage. And it gets worse. When you try to exercise to burn that fat, your congested liver sends chemical signals to your fat cells. Don't release anything, I'm too busy here. It's literally your own body sabotaging your efforts. Here's the most terrifying statistic. The CDC reports that non-alcoholic fatty liver disease has increased 340% in the last 20 years. 340%. And coincidentally, American obesity rates have also exploded in the same period. But no one is connecting these dots because there is a lot of money involved in keeping you sick and buying temporary solutions. During my night shifts, I saw patients coming in with heart attacks, strokes, and uncontrolled diabetes, all consequences of a dysfunctional liver that had never been properly treated. And what broke my heart the most? Seeing women my age blaming themselves, believing they were weak and lacking in willpower. The truth is, you're not weak. Your body isn't broken. You just have a liver crying out for help, and no one taught you how to listen to it. The most obvious symptom? That little belly that won't go away no matter how many sit-ups you do. It's not normal fat. It's your liver literally swollen, trying to process all the toxins you've unknowingly consumed. Other signs that your liver is crying out for help: waking up tired even after sleeping 8 hours, difficulty losing weight around the waist, slow digestion especially after fatty foods, unexplained mood swings, dull skin, and that constant feeling of heaviness on the right side of the abdomen. If you've identified with 3 or more of these symptoms, your liver is likely functioning below 50% capacity, and the longer you wait to act, the harder it becomes to reverse it. Comment below if you've ever been there. You've had all the tests done, the doctor says everything is normal, but you know something is wrong with your body. Because I guarantee you, you're not imagining things. So, after discovering this devastating truth, I was determined to find a real solution. And what happened next changed not only my life, but the lives of hundreds of patients I see at the hospital. I met Dr. Michael Rodriguez, a hepatologist who worked at the Mayo Clinic for 15 years before moving to Phoenix. He was investigating why so many patients presented with fatty liver disease without a history of alcohol, and his findings were groundbreaking. Dr. Rodriguez showed me confidential, unpublished research, studies proving that there is a specific protocol capable of restoring up to 87% of liver function in just 21 days. "Sarah," he said, "what I'm about to show you goes against everything we learned in medical school. But the results are indisputable." The discovery? It's not about eliminating toxins. It's about reactivating liver cells dormant from years of overload. It's like resetting a frozen computer. You don't throw it away, you just reboot the system. The hepatic reset protocol works in 3 precise phases. Phase 1, cell phone awakening, days 1-7. Specific natural compounds activate liver cell mitochondria, the batteries that generate cellular energy. Substances from French Bordeaux wines contain 300% more concentrated resveratrol than commercial supplements, in synergy with phytonutrients from grapes grown in volcanic soil, rich in molybdenum, a mineral deficient in 94% of Americans. Phase 2, accelerated regeneration, days 8-14. A specific combination of silymarin, milk thistle, and beta-alanine in precise doses. Johns Hopkins demonstrated that it regenerates 73% of damaged cells in 1 week. Your liver produces AMPK, an enzyme activated during intense exercise, making your metabolism function as if you were working out 24 hours a day. Phase 3, metabolic optimization, days 15-21. A regenerated liver produces high-quality bile that dissolves stored fat. Optimized choline levels allow for efficient fat transport for burning. Dr. Rodriguez warned, sequence is everything. Skipping steps or using the wrong dosages can put more strain on the liver. That's why 90% of liver cleanses on the market do not work. They are done in the wrong order. When I applied this protocol, the results were shocking. Day 3, energy completely skyrocketed. Not artificial from the coffee, but vitality I haven't felt in 15 years. Day 7, belly completely deflated, visible difference in clothes. Day 12, 8 pounds lost, but eating more than before. Day 18, radiant skin, colleagues asking if I had cosmetic surgery. Day 21, 12 pounds total, defined muscles, abundant energy. After 21 days, my metabolism continued to accelerate permanently. Over the next 90 days, I lost another 22 pounds by eating pizza on weekends, Starbucks every day, and just 20-minute walks. Positive side effects: deep and restful sleep, normalized libido, blood pressure from 145/90ths to 118/75ths, perfect cholesterol without medication. Dr. Rodriguez explained, when the liver functions properly, it regulates hormones, produces natural antioxidants, and coordinates the entire body's metabolism. It's like changing a car engine. Everything works better. The protocol is so effective that Dr. Rodriguez is being investigated by the FDA, not for being dangerous, but for threatening billions in sales of diabetes, cholesterol, and high blood pressure medications. They'd rather you take statins forever than teach you how to make your liver produce good cholesterol naturally, he confessed. That's why I created comprehensive material explaining every detail, specific compounds, pharmaceutical ingredients, precise dosages, and how to avoid the 7 most common fatal mistakes. We've reached the end of this journey. Last week, I saw a 38-year-old patient. Uncontrolled diabetes, 67 pounds overweight, dangerously high blood pressure. "Sarah, I've tried everything. I'm going to die fat and sick." I held his hand. "Not if you do what I did." 45 days later, 23 pounds lighter, glucose levels normal, no blood pressure medication. Radiant, wearing a dress she hadn't fit into in 8 years. This is the difference between knowing the truth and living in darkness. I spent 15 years thinking I was weak, undisciplined, and had a broken body. I spent a fortune on solutions that made me feel worse. I nearly destroyed my self-esteem completely. But my body was never broken. It was crying out for help in ways I couldn't interpret. My liver had been screaming for help for years, and I tried to silence it with more diet and exercise. When I learned the language my body spoke, everything changed. It wasn't just weight that went away, I got my entire life back. Today, at 42, I feel better than I did at 25. I have the energy to play with my nephews, the confidence to wear my dream clothes, and priceless inner peace. Most importantly, I know it's permanent because I addressed the root cause. I receive daily messages from women who have transformed lives. Sarah, you saved me. I was ready to give up. Your protocol gave me my life back. Jennifer, 45, lost 31 pounds. First time in 20 years I've smiled in the mirror. Thank you for teaching me to listen to my body. Maria, 52, lost 28 pounds. Doctor shocked. All tests returned to normal naturally. What miracle is this? Patricia, 39, lost 19 pounds. These women understood something fundamental. You don't have to fight your body. You have to work with it. The difference between those who permanently transform their lives and those who remain trapped in a vicious cycle is simple. Correct information applied in the right way. The weight loss industry wants you to fail. They profit from your suffering. Every time you try a new diet and fail, you come back buying more products, supplements, and empty promises. When you address the root cause, awakening your liver and reactivating your natural metabolism, you no longer need to be their client. You become independent, and they hate that. If you're tired of being held hostage by this lying industry, if you want to control your weight and health, if you want to wake up energized and confident, the decision is yours. You can keep trying solutions that have failed 1,000 times, expecting different results. Or you can do something different that attacks the root of the problem. I can't force you to act, but I guarantee that the information in this full video can change your life in 3 weeks, just as it has changed mine and the lives of hundreds of other women. How much is your happiness worth? Your health? Loving what you see in the mirror? For me, it was all worth it. Every moment of research, every risk taken to uncover the truth, every battle against the system. Click the description now. Watch the full video. Apply exactly what I teach. In 21 days, you'll be thanking me. I know with absolute certainty, from someone who has lived through this transformation, that your life is about to change completely. Don't let another day pass by hating yourself. Don't let an opportunity slip away. Your new life is just a click away. Leave a like if it touched your heart, subscribe to the channel for more life-saving truths, activate the bell, and comment on which part impacted you the most. Remember, tomorrow you will be grateful for today's decisions. See you on the other side of this transformation. Much love, Sarah.